What if I told you that cutting your fuel consumption by 30, 40, or even 50% has absolutely nothing to do with buying a new car? No expensive upgrades, no miracle devices, no premium fuel, just the way you drive. For decades, drivers in Japan have quietly practiced a set of habits that dramatically improve fuel efficiency. These techniques didn't come from luxury, they came from necessity. Back in the 1970s, during the global oil crisis, fuel became a precious resource. Every drop mattered, and drivers had to adapt. What they developed wasn't just a few tricks. It became a system, a mindset, a way of driving that turns every journey into a smarter, more efficient experience. And today, you're going to learn it. Let's start with something simple, but incredibly powerful. Most drivers think they're paying attention to the road, but in reality, they're just reacting. The car ahead brakes. You brake. Traffic slows. You slow. The light turns red, and only then you lift your foot. This feels normal, but it's one of the biggest reasons you waste fuel every single day. Because every late reaction wastes energy you already paid for. Now here's what Japanese eco-driving teaches instead. Long-range vision. Instead of focusing only on the car in front of you, you start looking much further down the road. You observe traffic lights, brake lights, flow patterns, and something interesting happens. You begin to anticipate instead of react. So instead of braking hard at the last second, you gently lift off the accelerator early. And many times, traffic starts moving again before you even get there. No braking, no wasted energy, just smooth motion. Now let's talk about speed. Most people think fuel efficiency is all about how fast you drive. But that's not the real problem. The real enemy is variation. Every time you accelerate, your engine injects more fuel. Every time you brake, that energy disappears. It's gone. That's why experienced drivers focus on one thing: consistency, a steady speed. On the highway, your foot should be calm, stable, controlled. No constant adjustments. No unnecessary speed changes. Even if the road goes slightly uphill, don't press harder. Let the car slow down just a little. And when the road levels out, it will recover naturally. Less effort, less fuel, more efficiency. Now here's a myth that might surprise you. A lot of people believe that accelerating slowly saves fuel. But in reality, it can actually do the opposite. When you accelerate too gently, your engine stays longer in an inefficient state, burning more fuel than necessary. The smarter approach? Accelerate smoothly, but with purpose. Not aggressively, not lazily. Just enough to reach your desired speed quickly. Then ease off, and let momentum do the rest. Short, efficient acceleration always beats slow, dragging acceleration. Now let's go deeper, inside the engine itself. Every engine has something called a sweet spot, an RPM range, where it operates at maximum efficiency. Too high, and it wastes fuel. Too low under load, and it struggles. Either way, you lose efficiency. So the goal is simple. Keep the engine comfortable. If you drive a manual, shift earlier. If you drive automatic, use smooth throttle input. Let the transmission do its job efficiently. A relaxed engine uses less fuel. A stressed engine burns more. Now let's talk about something extremely simple, but often ignored. Your tire pressure. Over time, tires lose air. Slowly, quietly. You don't notice it. The car still feels normal. But under the surface, fuel consumption starts increasing. Because underinflated tires create more resistance. And that means your engine has to work harder, just to keep the car moving. The solution? Check your tire pressure regularly. Always when the tires are cold. It takes just a few minutes, but the impact is immediate. Better efficiency, better safety, better performance. Now imagine this. You're driving around every day. carrying extra weight you don't even need, old boxes, tools, random items in the trunk. It doesn't seem like much, but over time, it adds up. And every extra kilogram requires more energy to move, especially during acceleration, which means more fuel. Cleaning out your car might sound simple, but it directly reduces the load on your engine. Less weight, less effort, less fuel. Now let's move to the highway. At higher speeds, something invisible starts working against you. More specifically, aerodynamic drag. The faster you go, the harder your car has to push through the air. And here's the interesting part. Your car was designed carefully to handle this. Engineers spend years testing shapes in wind tunnels. But one small change can ruin all of that. Roof racks, cargo boxes, bike mounts. Even when they're empty, they increase drag. And that means your engine works harder, burning more fuel. Removing them when not in use instantly improves efficiency. Now let's settle a common debate. Windows down or AC on? At low speeds, windows down is more efficient. No extra load on the engine. But at high speeds, open windows create turbulence. They disrupt airflow and increase drag. So on the highway, AC with closed windows is actually the better choice. Simple rule. City equals windows down. Highway equals AC on. Now think about this. How often do you leave your engine running while doing nothing? Waiting for someone. Sitting in a parking lot. Drive-through lines. Feels harmless. But your engine is burning fuel and going nowhere. Modern engines don't need long warm-ups. So instead of idling, just start driving gently. And if you're stopped for more than a minute, turn the engine off. Small habit, big savings over time. Now let's talk about fuel itself. There's a myth that premium fuel improves everything. Better performance, better efficiency. But for most cars, that's simply not true. Premium fuel is designed for specific engines. If your car doesn't require it, you're just spending more money for no real benefit. The best thing you can do: follow your owner's manual. Nothing more, nothing less. Now here's something many people forget. Your engine doesn't just need fuel. It needs air, clean air. And that's where your air filter comes in. Over time, it gets clogged. Airflow decreases. And your engine compensates by burning more fuel. The car still runs fine, but efficiency drops. Replacing your air filter is cheap, quick, and effective. Even your fuel cap matters. If it's loose or damaged, fuel vapors can escape, slowly, continuously, wasting fuel. So always tighten it properly. Listen for that click. It's a small detail, but it makes a difference. And here's something most drivers don't think about. Running on empty. When your fuel level is too low, your fuel pump can start pulling in air. It also increases the chance of debris entering the system. Over time, this can cause damage. Keeping at least a quarter tank protects your system and keeps everything running smoothly. Finally, let's talk about a habit millions of drivers have. Lane switching. Constantly jumping from one lane to another, trying to get ahead. But here's the truth. It rarely saves time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. But it increases fuel consumption significantly, because every lane change means acceleration and braking over and over again. The smarter approach? Pick a lane. Stay calm. Drive smoothly. At the end of the day, fuel efficiency isn't about one big change. It's about small habits, working together. Anticipation, smoothness, consistency. These are the real secrets. And once you start applying them, you'll notice something powerful. Your tank lasts longer, your drive feels smoother, and your car works less to do more. The best part? It costs you nothing, just awareness. And now, you have it. Studio microphone.